How to tell if a girl likes you when you are talking to her. Hi guys, so today's video is all about how to tell if a girl likes you when you are talking to her. This video is targeted at LGBT people, but it can really work for anyone. Also, if you're interested in similar videos like this, then you'll be able to find a playlist in the description. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So when you are talking to a girl, look out for these clues to see if she actually likes you and is interested in you. So the first sign is that she will be interested in what you are saying. So for example, if you're talking to her and you're telling her something really important about you, so it could be one of your hobbies or it could be just something about yourself, she will look like she is engaged and she is listening to what you're saying, and she will be also engaging in the conversation. So what should you be looking out for? Well, if someone isn't interested in you, if a girl is not interested in you and you're talking to her, you will notice that she won't be really interested in what you're saying. So she might be looking away, she might be looking down, she might look bored, she might look like she's trying to escape. She's not really engaging in what you're saying. So let's say for example you say to her, I did this and this on the weekend. She'll go, okay. Or she will give you she'll give you one-worded responses and won't be really that interested in talking to you. If she likes you and if she's interested in you, she will be attentive to what you're saying. She will be paying attention. The second thing is that she will actually sound interested or excited about talking to you. So if someone's not interested in you, they may have like a really bored tone of voice or sound kind of disinterested. But if someone likes you, they will be quite animated in their speech. They will be really excited. They will be, obviously depending on what you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about something really sad, then they won't sound excited or anything like that. But if it's just general chit chat, especially if you've just approached her and was like, hi, how was your weekend? She'll be like, she'll be really excited and wanting to talk to you, and she'll just be really, really interested. And she will sound interested, she will sound excited. And if she doesn't sound excited, she will at least sound interested and she'll be wanting to know about everything that you've been up to. So something else you want to look for as well is if she's interested in you and she likes you, when you're talking to her, she may actually lean in and try to close the gap between you. Because we tend to try and get closer to our crushes than we would, let's say, our best friend or other people that we work with or go to school with, but we try and get as close to our crush as possible. So look and see how she is when she talks to other people. So if she's sort of holding back and she's sort of like at a regular kind of distance, but if she tries to get really close to you and you notice that the gap is much smaller when she's talking to you than she is with other people, that's a good sign that she likes you. Just notice that when she's talking to you and when you're talking to her, if she leans in, perhaps she may even reach out and touch your arm or something like that. Especially, let's say you've said something that's kind of disheartened you. So you're saying something about like, oh, I didn't get a pay rise, or something's going on at home. If she likes you, she'll probably reach out and touch you and get closer to you and try and comfort you. I'm not saying that you should just make up something just to test this, because it's obviously not a good thing to lie to someone. So obviously if it's something horrible that has happened to you and it just happens to come up, you'll notice that this is happening. But don't just throw it out there to test her, because that's kind of sneaky. So just have general chit chat with her and see how she is with like the closeness. Now if she doesn't do this, it doesn't mean that she doesn't like you. It just maybe means that perhaps she's not that comfortable with you yet. She may still have a crush on you and not want to close the gap, depending on her personality. But the general rule is, if she's leaning in and she's getting really, really close to you when you're talking to each other quite intimately, that means she likes you. So another tip, another way to tell, is that she asks you questions about your weekend, about your day, about the things that you're interested in. So let's say you go up to her and you're having a little chit chat and you're telling her about your weekend. If she likes you, she will try to continue the conversation by asking you questions about it. So she'll say things like, so let's say you say to her that, oh, I went to the lake this weekend and I had a barbecue with my buddies. She'll ask you more questions about that. So she may ask, how long was you there for? How many people went there? What did you eat? How long was the stay? Was you there 1 night, 2 nights? She'll ask more questions about it, because if someone likes you, they are absolutely interested in you in every single way. They want to know everything about you, especially if they really, 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 really do like you and are really into you. They'll want to know all about you. They'll find you fascinating. So they'll keep on asking questions. A good way to tell, actually, is if you ask her a question. So let's say you ask her how her weekend was. If she just says, oh yeah, it's fine, it was good, thanks, and doesn't really ask you about yours, that's another good way to tell if a girl does or doesn't like you. If she does like you, she'll go, how was your weekend, after she's explained. But if she doesn't like you and she's not interested in you or anything that you do, she won't ask those follow-up questions. Now, obviously, this kind of all depends on the kind of person you're talking with. So someone very extroverted will probably display more of these signs than someone that is introverted. So for example, when I first met my fiance, she was very introverted and she wouldn't give off any of these sort of signs and clues. The only way I could tell that she was really still interested in me and wasn't, just hanging out for the sake of hanging out, was the fact that she was actually interested in what I was talking about, in terms of she would ask questions about what I was saying. She would actually listen to what I was saying and ask follow-up questions. She would be engaged in the conversation, but she was quite reserved and she was very, very shy. So obviously, if you're dealing with someone that's shy, they may not display all of these signs. But the things that you do need to look out for are obviously the fact that she's interested in what you're saying. If you ask to hang out, she'll say yes. If you ask to meet up, she'll turn up, because people who are not really interested in you, if you ask them out on a date or if you ask to meet up, they won't show up, or they'll become flaky and call it off at the last minute or something like that. But if someone's interested in you, they will find a way to meet up with you. Even if they're busy, they will come up with alternative times if they, for whatever reason, can't do that day to meet up with you. But if someone's interested in you, and if a girl really, really likes you, she will show up and she will be interested in what you have to say. I guess it's also important to know that someone might like you and be into you, but might be a bit self-centered. So if they don't really seem that engaged in the conversation, or they don't really ask about you and just keep on talking about themselves, there's still a chance that they like you. It just might be that they are a bit selfish and are a bit self-centered and don't really, not really aware enough to ask you questions about yourself, which might just be, just a personality trait that they've kind of cultivated that's not very great, and perhaps they will be willing to work on themselves. But if someone's really into you and really likes you, they will ask you questions about yourself, and that's one of the best clues to actually see if someone likes you. But what you need to also keep in mind is that they may also, if they're asking questions about you or asking follow-up questions about things you're talking about, it might just be them being polite, but also don't rule out the fact that they might be into you. It's important that you notice all the clues. So like I said about leaning in, reaching out and touching you, if they sound excited or just really, really interested in what you're saying. And of course, the big one is saying yes to going out on a date with you. That's the best way that you can tell if a girl likes you, because she likes you, she'll want to go on a date with you, so you might as well ask and see what happens. So another way to tell if a girl likes you when you're talking to her is when the conversation ends. So let's say you end the conversation. So let's say you work together and you just came over to her for a little chat for like 5 minutes, and then you end the conversation and you walk away. Just notice how she reacts. Notice if she seems disappointed that the conversation has ended and that you're leaving to go and do something else. If you can notice the visible disappointment, that's a really good sign. And it's also a good sign when you're on a date as well, to see, just try and end the date a little bit sooner than perhaps expected, and see if she looks disappointed or if she would have wanted to spend some more time with you. And perhaps she may even say that. She'll be like, oh, that's such a shame this is ending now. So look out for those little subtle things that really, really make the difference in terms of if a girl likes you or not. So let's just go over the 5 steps I've said in this video. So the first thing is that she will be interested in the conversation, so she'll be listening. She won't be looking off somewhere else or looking bored and disinterested. She will be looking at you, or she will just sound really interested in what you're saying. She'll be listening attentively. And another way that you can tell if a girl actually likes you and if she's actually listening to you is that she may bring up past conversations and past things you've said. So if she does that, that's a good sign that she likes you. Secondly, she will sound excited or sound interested in what you're saying. So pay attention to the sound and the tempo of her voice, because that will give you some good clues whether or not she is interested in what is happening and if she's interested in you. Number 3, she will close the gap between you. She will lean in when you're talking to each other, if she is brave enough, of course. If she's shy, she may not do this, but don't rule it out. What you'll also notice with girls that are shy is that when they become more comfortable with you, then they will start displaying more of these signs. But if this is like a first date and you want to know if she likes you, but let's say she's not leaning in, let's say she's holding back, that doesn't mean that she doesn't like you. It might just mean that she's just a bit shy. So please keep in mind of all the other things as well. Don't just rule this one out and say that, oh God, she doesn't like me because she didn't close the gap, she didn't lean in. It doesn't necessarily mean that. So number 4, she asks questions. She's interested in you in that way. She keeps on asking follow-up questions. So for example, if you ask her how her weekend was, she'll ask that same question to you, or she'll ask you more questions about your weekend. So let's say you went and did something for the weekend, she will want to know more about it. She will ask those kinds of questions. And number 5, she will try and keep the conversation going, or she will seem disappointed when the conversation ends or when the date ends. So look out for these signs. If you're interested in more videos like this about how to tell if a girl likes you, because I've done other ones like about body language and that kind of thing. So if you are interested in those kinds of videos, then please go and check out those. Those will be in a playlist down below. If you would like help with your dating skills, how to get a girlfriend, or if you would like coaching or mentoring, please head over to www.christineloveridge.com/shop and I will be able to help you. Also in the description below is my lesbian dating book called The Dating Guide for the Masculine Lesbian. It is targeted at lesbians who are a bit more masculine, but some of the principles in there are pretty universal. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye guys.